Right. Hi, this is Alex from Vision for Growth. I'm going to make a quick video here about the work capability assessment and the question of what size font can you read. I think this question is appallingly inappropriate and an inaccurate assessment of people's visual impairment and disability, and I'd like to explain why. So I believe it's a very similar situation to lifting weights. Yeah, I actually think that because the criteria is, okay, if you can see a 16-point print, then you don't score any points, and if you can't see 16-point print, then you score a certain amount of points on this system. Now, to me, that's rather like saying how much can you lift in the gym. How much can you lift on a bicep curl? Yeah. So this is, say, 8 kilograms on this dumbbell, and you ask them, well, can you do a bicep curl with 8 kilograms? So they do a bicep curl. Yes, of course. That's a clean bicep curl. That means that you are, quote, fit for work. Now, what it doesn't actually ask is, say, how much can you read? Yeah, which is very similar. Like if you're in the gym, you wouldn't just say, oh, I can do 1 bicep curl. You're going to say how many curls you're going to do with that particular weight. So on a bicep curl for 1 set, you might do 8 reps, for example. Now, can an individual do 8 reps with that amount of weight of 8 kilograms? Now, that's a very different question, isn't it? And for me, the question is very, very inaccurate because I have a very small amount of central vision in my left eye. So I can read words. I can read 1 word at a time. I have enough visual field in the center to be able to see it. But sometimes, but I mean, it is literally 1 word. And sometimes if the word is too long, I can't see the whole word. I can only see 2/3 of the word. Like, if it was like unconscious, for example, I would only see from the U up to, the N, so to speak. So I can sort of like interpret and infer. I sort of, understand it, I scan a little bit more and that comes into my visual field, etc. But just because I can read 1 word does not mean that I could read a document for a job interview, for example, or a job description. They're very, very different things. So to hold up, a document with different sizes of print, and actually for me, whether it's 8-point, 18-point, it doesn't really, if it gets too big, I can't actually see it anyway. So it gets too big, it's not in my visual field, so I don't have a chance of seeing it anyway. But anyway, I actually think this whole concept of yes, no, can you or can't you do a specific task, I think is appallingly inaccurate. It's incredibly unfair. To my mind, really, what should have been asked is to say, okay, can you read 16-point print? How much could you read? Could you read 1 page? Could you read 10 pages? Could you read a book? Because if you asked me, could I read a page? It would have been no. If you asked me, could I read a book? It would have been no. Could I read a job description of 1 page? No. A paragraph? No. Anything long thing, because for me it's very painful. It's almost like for me to do a curl of 8 kilograms is what it'd be like for somebody else to be curling 3 kilograms. So of course they can do more reps than I can. I can't read for as long a period of time because it's very painful, stressful, and anxiety provoking. And actually my brain has a very hard time with it because I used to be a very good reader, and when I can see the words in front of me and it's like I know I can read well, when I can't scan the words in because the signal isn't going to my brain because of the visual field loss due to glaucoma, my brain gets very frustrated. Oh, come on, just read it. So it's very anxiety provoking, like emotionally as well as physically painful. But anyway, that's my assessment. That's why I think that the work capability assessment is extremely inaccurate for people with a visual impairment. Do leave me some feedback on this video. Hopefully that it's just not just me. There may be other people who have had a similar situation. I actually have to go to my tribunal service on Monday to give evidence on my visual impairment and why I have a, quote, limited capability to work. So fingers crossed I can communicate effectively, and if I don't, I'll just have to keep on trying to create awareness really of the issue. So so I hope this video, do leave me some feedback please on this video. I'd love to see if there's anybody else who had a similar situation. That'd be very helpful. Okay, thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.